meeting will come to order. Please rise for a moment of silence for a prayer for the troops who are in Iraq, men and women both. And now, at this time, Dennis Crimmins of East Cerami will lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. Okay.
Notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett. Freeholder Polos.
Here.
Freeholder Rafano. Freeholder Rios.
Here.
Freeholder Scott.
Here.
Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Director Delina.
Yes, here. Okay, we're going to go to number 8 next. The commentative resolution, Margaret. Okay, you got time.
Busy night.
Yeah, I know.
We have several this evening. The first is recognizing First Lieutenant Michael Joseph Cruz of East Brunswick, as he has been awarded the Bronze Star Medal for his exceptional service to the United States. Next is recognizing the achievements of the following students of the Middlesex County Academy for Science, Mathematics, and Engineering Technologies in the 2009 New Jersey Science League competition. Biology team, first place. I hope I get your names close. Akashaya Udamados, Wesley Chen, Yegor Chekmarov, Daniel Hillman, and Austin Sue. Next, chemistry team, second place. Sayatan Deb, Catherine Materna, Joseph Schiavone, Sergei Gerstein, Sammy Abdisuban, Gos Urekli, and Pronoy Biswas. And the physics team, third place, Carlo Vicari, Omer Mano, Saswathi Nata, Ki Wang, Michael Shimulevich, Kimberly Lynn, Jeffrey Belanich. Next is recognizing the members of the Carteret Junior Softball League's 14U All-Star Team, as they are the New Jersey State Champions. Heather Androvich, Sarah Bush, Cassandra Carnevale, Angela DeGiglio, Katie Galino, Candy Gonzalez, Caitlin Kelly, Megan Kleka, Giselle Perez, Nicole Sensen, Taylor Thomas, Gabrielle Villanueza, Joanne Wan, and Lindsay Zanzalari, with manager Randy Crum and coaches Sal Aurelio, Chris Androvich, and Kim Androvich. Next is recognizing Robert Halucci of Monroe Township, as he is named the 2009 Farmer of the Year by the Middlesex County Board of Agriculture. Next is recognizing Helen Quackenbush of Old Bridge, as she is named the 2009 Volunteer of the Year by the Middlesex County Fair Association. Next is recognizing the 10th anniversary of the Redeemed Christian Church of God Sanctuary of Praise in Perth Amboy. And last is remembering Eric Bonsu, Master Security Officer assigned to the Middlesex County Court and Administrative Buildings, on his sudden passing.
Okay. Need a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Blanquita Valenti.
Second.
Seconded by Ron Rios. All roll call vote.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Rios.
Yes.
Freeholder Scott.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Delina.
Yes. Okay, this time, Ron Rios, would you like to present the plaques to the Carteret contingent?
Yes, if all the Carteret girls softball team and coaches, you could come forward, please.
Oh, boy.
That is too.
It's amazing how so many girls listen at one time, don't they?
Good thing we have a councilman from Carteret to help Ronnie Rios out.
It always gives us great pleasure to recognize accomplishments and great things done, because sometimes our youth are misunderstood. And here we have a girls softball team that practice and this is under the Carteret Recreation League, and they won their state championship on June 28th with a score of 11-8 in Reddington, and now they will be compete in the Amateur Softball Association 2009 Girls 14U All-Star Team Class B Fast Pitch at the Eastern National Championship Finals, which will be held July 29th through August 2nd in Dayton, Ohio. So on behalf of the Board of Chosen Freeholders, we congratulate you and wish you the best. Congratulations.
Due to vacation and my softball clinic that week, we declined to go. I apologize now. These girls know we're not going. But just real quick before you go, just for people to know what goes on in Rec League in Carteret, we go out and face travel teams all year. We start in January and we go till August. And we have up teams, hours of sliding practice, defense, hitting practices. These young ladies get up at 6 in the morning and we're gone the whole weekend. And that's 8 weekends out of a summer. So just picture what it is for these children here and these young ladies to give up their time, to commit themselves. And it's not all stars, it's not a travel, it's just Carteret kids. We don't have tryouts, we don't have no money involved. These are the kids that put their name on to go out and practice and go out and play the whole summer. We have no, again, there's no tryouts, no cost, and we face travel teams from teams that are all over state, all over counties, all over the tri-state area, and we're just a 4 square mile town that compete. And I give these girls a lot of credit, especially winning a state championship, which is unheard of by a rec league team from travel leagues on the ball. And I give them the utmost respect.
Congratulations to all of you. Randy, you want to go down real quick?
There you go, girls. My camera people, get ready. It's not always, I've been doing this 20 years, and believe me, I won many championships, but this is my first ever state championship. And again, it's a fabulous thing for these young ladies to put this time in. So my camera, there you go. Girls, turn around, please.
Okay.
Say cheese. Cheese. And if anybody's interested, we'll be in Monroe this weekend in the Monroe Thunder Tournament, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll visit. I'm showing you support. Freeholder Director, Freeholders, thank you so much for your time.
Okay, Randy, good. Congratulations.
What a nice age, eh?
It's a big commitment, time. They cleaned up fast, huh?
I just started. It was my first year last year.
Oh, yes. Oh,
With my daughter.
oh,
That
yeah.
emptied out half the room.
You know, that's when they make the friends, the bonding. It's just so
Okay, you ready? All right, this time we'll be recognizing the achievement of the following students of Middlesex County Academy of Science, Mathematics, Engineering Technologies in the year 2009 New Jersey Science League competition. And Ron Rios will make the presentations to the following 3 people.
If all the members of the VoteTech team that came and won, if you can all come up, and our principal, we have our principal, Glenn Methner, and our interim superintendent that was just appointed recently, if he could come up as well. Okay, I'll give them all to you. And you can give it to, you can, yeah, absolutely. If you all want to stand over here, it'd be easier, I think.
Down there, okay.
Turn around, look at the directions. Parents want to take pictures.
All guys in the back. Come on, we can do this. Yeah. I go in front. Come on, Sandy.
Again, great accomplishments. A lot of people take our Voc-Tech school system for granted and don't realize what comes out of our Voc-Tech school system. But here we have students that really did a tremendous job, and they compete. And this is what you call this year a triple-triple, which has only been matched only by one other school in the state once. So that's very, very exciting to have. And I'm not going to read the resolution, but I just want to say on behalf of the Board of Chosen Freeholders and as the liaison to the Voc-Tech, congratulations to all of you for a job well done, and you should all be proud of yourselves, and all your parents should be proud as well. Congratulations.
Just to recap what these students actually do, besides doing their regular homework and all their assignments and getting ready to prepare to go to college, they spend innumerable hours during lunch and after school to prepare to take these exams. They start in the fall and they run all the way through the spring. This team that you have assembled here, we have a physics team, a chemistry team, and a bio team. Akshaya is #1 in the state in biology. Akshaya, just raise your hand. There's 155 school districts participate in this, #1 in the state. #2 in the state in chemistry was Sayant and Deb. And #2 in the state in our physics team, Carlo Vicari. And again, just to talk about the triple-triple, this program has been going on since 1962, and only one other school district has managed to have top 10 finishes in all 3 categories 3 years in a row. We're going to push for 4 coming up this year, but it's unheard of, actually, in the New Jersey Science League competition. I thank you, Freeholders, again for your continued support for our program, especially you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go down there then. Right here.
We have one more.
One more? We have one more, yeah?
You're going to do it now.
Millie got it, okay. At this time, we're going to have Freeholders Scott and Valenti make a presentation.
Ms. Adlin Cruz, come up, please. Yeah, I'm going to read it. While we're waiting for Ms. Cruz to come up, I would like to take a moment, just a moment, to recognize the Jersey City police officers that were shot today. Personally, I know what it feels like to put a uniform on, and I know that we all take things for granted, but when a police officer or a fireman puts that uniform on, they never know whether they're going to come back in their house the same way they went out. And I want to say to them and their families, our prayers are with them. Ms. Cruz, on behalf of the Board of Chosen Freeholders, I'd like to present this proclamation to you. Your son, First Lieutenant Michael Cruz, wears 2 uniforms. He has been a state police officer for 3 years plus. He also wears a uniform, a United States Service uniform. And I know that you're very proud of him as a mom. Lakita, I want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to present this proclamation, because I know Lieutenant Cruz is a godson of your late husband. And I know you're very proud of him also. I'd like to read the proclamation, the resolution. Whereas it has come to the attention of the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders that First Lieutenant Michael Joseph Cruz of East Brunswick is worthy of special recognition, as he has been awarded the Bronze Star Medal by the order of President Barack Obama for his exceptional meritorious service to the United States as a platoon leader in Blackfoot Troop, 1st Squadron, 102nd Cavalry Regiment, 11th Military Police Brigade, multinational force, Iraq, during the Operation Iraq Freedom. And whereas throughout the mobilization process, First Lieutenant Cruz managed the rigorous training requirements of his platoon, which received a verbal commendation from the Training Brigade Commandeer, and whereas once forward deployed, First Lieutenant Cruz maintained focus, ensured his platoon's continued mission success, while leading an initiative to construct range cards for several fighting positions, verify perimeter obstructions, and develop the troop direct fire plan. And whereas First Lieutenant Cruz was a key player in the transition of local area security for the coalition forces to the government of Iraq, by developing and executing a training plan to ensure that nearly 500 Iraq Army soldiers were proficient in all tasks required to assume their mission. And whereas First Lieutenant Cruz' outstanding performance while deployed contributed to the nomination for the General Douglas MacArthur Leadership Award at the troop, squadron, and brigade levels. Now, therefore, be resolved by the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Middlesex that we do here recognize and congratulate First Lieutenant Michael Joseph Cruz, as he has been awarded the Bronze Star Medal. It's signed Margaret Pemberton, Clerk of the Board, Stephen J. Delina, Director, Carol Barrett, Krista D. Rafano, H. J. Polis, Ronald G. Rios, Lakita B. Valenti, and myself, Mildred Scott. I personally want to say to you that I want to thank you for giving your son to us. I know what it feels like to put a uniform on. I've worn that uniform. I've had family members wear that uniform. When I say the uniform, I'm talking about the state police uniform. And I know you're proud of him for being a soldier protecting our United States of America. And I know what it feels like to wear that uniform also. And I also know that you're very proud of that Bronze Star, because I recently had a brother pass away that had a Bronze Star. And I want to say to you, you've been blessed with a son that wore his uniform proudly and honorably. And we are blessed to have you present your son to us. And I say thank you.
Before I start crying, I just want to commend Mike's parents for the extraordinary job they have done with Mike.
Thank you, Blanquita. Let me just say thank you. Well, thank you, Freeholder Scott and members of the board and council. I consider it an honor to address you on behalf of my son, First Lieutenant Michael Cruz. My husband Joe and I are extremely proud of our son's accomplishments, and Michael would have conveyed his gratitude personally, but for the fact that he returned to work this week and he had to report for duty today. But he did prepare a brief statement, and he has asked me to read it to you. It is addressed to the members of the Board of Chosen Freeholders. Thank you for this proclamation honoring my achievements during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Throughout my deployment, I strive to serve my country with honor, dignity, and respect. I was fortunate to have served alongside a group of military men and women, all of whom shared the same values, and all of whom, in my opinion, were as deserving to become recipients of a service award as I was. First, I was humbled by our government when it honored me with the Bronze Star Award. Now I am again humbled by this board's proclamation. I thank you for this recognition personally and on behalf of all the military men and women who meritoriously, courageously, and with honor and dignity served this nation during Operation Iraqi Freedom as proud American soldiers. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and we'll go back to the regular order of business. Reports of freeholders. Carol Barrett, she's on vacation. James A. Polis,
Sure. Thank you, Director. A couple of announcements. Number one, we have received the draft energy audit that was conducted by the state-appointed agency from the Board of Public Utilities. The working group will be meeting to look at that, and once we finalize that draft, we'll circulate it to the board, and I'm going to ask Dome Tech, which is our consultant, to come and make a presentation, a brief presentation, probably, if not at the August meeting, certainly at the first meeting in September, so that the entire board can be brought up to speed on the content of the audit that we had done in North Brunswick. We had a very successful meeting this week on the development of the countywide portal of communication with the Department of Community Affairs and Division of Local Government Services. I think Khalid was at that meeting as well, right? Khalid, are you here? You were at that meeting too, correct? And I want to thank you for your participation, and I know that it was an extremely productive meeting. We're really excited about the opportunities that this new communication portal is going to provide to our municipalities and school districts, and certainly to the county, to better communicate. October 8th, we have scheduled the next Green Forum. It will be held again on October 8th, so I'm just giving you a little heads up on the date. We'll be running a series of workshops to talk about different things that communities and school districts can take advantage of. Loan financing, solar power, green technology, implementation of green building standards and construction, CREB financing, a whole bunch of clean renewable energy bonds. It'll be a very instructive forum, and we'll be having a series of workshops, as well as a number of vendors will be coming in to provide useful information to those who will be participating. We hope to anticipate maybe 200 to 300 participants, so please keep that on your schedule. This past week, we made some progress with our Green Economic Development Zone initiative, received our first lead for a solar panel manufacturer. I'll be sending information out to the committee regarding that. It is a company looking to originally to locate in Vineland. We're hoping we'll be able to swoon them to Middlesex County. We have the support of the Economic Development Authority on this, and hopefully we'll be able to move them into the right direction. Our application for our combined shared service vehicle wash facility, which is a partnership between Middlesex County, North Brunswick, New Brunswick, and South Brunswick, is just about complete. The application's been submitted, and we're hopeful to get funding so that we can begin the study of that. It will save money for all the communities and participants, including the county. I received an interesting phone call this week through the director's office from the Oregon State Division of Alcohol and Beverage Control. They have made a decision to move ahead to create a program modeled after Middlesex County's very successful 3D PSA program. That's the program that we do each year, where we encourage high school students to create, develop, and produce and star in their own 30-second public service announcement videos about the ills of drinking and driving. So it's kind of exciting that Oregon has recognized this program. We're going to be sending them a series of information. They like to pattern it and model it off of Middlesex County, and that's always a credit to this county when another state, in particular that far away, wants to model a program after ours. Finally, Director, this past week there was a sad note. A woman who some of you may know passed away in our community, a woman by the name of Vicki White. Vicki lived in Highland Park. Family's been in town for many, many years. Vicki was a former member of the Highland Park Board of Education, president of that Board of Education. But more importantly, she was a very outspoken citizen activist in many respects. We had many discussions over the years as a former councilman and as a mayor. And if Vicki were here today, she'd smile when I would say this. We disagreed on issues from time to time, but it was never personal. It was always on the face of the issue, and we could always put that behind us and move ahead on other issues where we had agreement. She was a really strong personality. She accomplished a lot in the community. She was a very outspoken advocate for civil rights, for equal opportunity for kids within the schools, equal opportunity for citizens within the community, and passionate, very, very passionate individual. It's a great loss to the community because people like that keep government in check. They, I think, make sure that we're focused on what we need to do that's in the best interest of our community and residents. And I will miss her. And I'm pleased to say that in the last 7 or 8 years, we really developed even a much closer friendship, perhaps because we weren't on opposite sides of the spectrum on some issues. And we were always able to put, as I said, our differences aside. But this was a woman who really cared about her community, cared passionately about what she believed in, and it will certainly be a loss for Highland Park and I think the greater county as well. Thank you, Director.
Okay, thank you, Freeholder. Our next Freeholder, Chris Rafano, is absent today. Right. Ron Rios, you have a report out, Ronnie?
Yes, Director, thank you. As far as Rutgers Extension Services, the 4-H is busy preparing for the Middlesex County Fair, which starts August 3rd, which is a great fair, and I encourage everyone to go and visit the fair and enjoy these festivities there. This past Friday, July 10th, there was a grand opening of the New Brunswick Community Farmers Market. I attended. We had the New Jersey Secretary of Agriculture that was in attendance, and it was a great success, and a lot of great vegetables and fruits were available for purchase. And it will be open on Tuesdays from 12 to 5 and Fridays from 2 to 7. As far as my report from Raritan Bay Mental Health Services, we continue to have an increase in service calls to clients, and we continue to service all those clients. As far as the Mosquito Commission, we are in the process of doing aerial mosquito sprays. We will be doing them in Monroe this week and in Carteret. As far as my report on health, the Health Department Hazmat Division is participating in the DEP's pesticide control program and ensuring that schools and landscapers are complying with regulations and integrated pest management plans. The Inspection Division completed its required youth camp pre-operational inspections, and during these inspections, H1N1, which is also known as the swine flu, educational materials and posters were distributed to the youth camp operators. To date, there are 113 confirmed cases in Middlesex County. We continue to work hard and have a proactive approach in getting prepared for the fall in case it does get worse. This way we can try to service all our residents. Tonight we'll be considering a grant application. We'll be authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New Jersey Department of Health for a grant in the amount of $221,000 for the period of July this year through June of next year. And as far as our Environmental Division, the Water Pollution Program has been participating in the DEP Summer 2009 Ambient Stream Bacterial Monitoring Program, and samples are collected at sites selected by the New Jersey DEP in Middlesex County. And just the other day, I attended the Vocational Technical High School Board of Education meeting, and they're obviously in preparation for opening up the school year come September and continued progress in public health and education. Thank you, Director.
Okay, thank you, Freeholder. Our next Freeholder, Millie S. Scott. Millie.
Yes, I just have one thing to speak about. We received a Homeland Security grant for $1,577,760. Our county working group is currently developing a spending plan for these funds. However, I do not have information as to where the projects are going to be funded and to what departments right now. And as the working group decides, I'll have more information later on. That's the only report I have this evening.
Okay, thank you. Our next Freeholder, Blanquita B. Valenti.
You won't believe it, but I have a brief report.
Well, congratulations.
I will elaborate next meeting. I just wanted to announce that Human Services has supported an application for early Head Start, which we had supported previously a couple of years ago. And this is a chance to bring that back to Middlesex County and hopefully the seat of the county, New Brunswick. The group that has earned the Head Start grant is the same group as a Little Learning of Middlesex, Monmouth counties that is putting the application in, and it's a very fine operation, and I just hope they get the designation. And the other announcement that I have concerns the Veterans Advisory Committee. They sponsored a forum, which unfortunately was not well attended, but it's summertime. And this had to do with veterans coming back that have brain injuries or potential for a brain injury. And a lot of very wonderful information was given out, and we hope we can repeat that later on during the year when the attendance will be greater. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Thank you. At this time on my report, I would like to give my report on the Plays in the Park Production Company. It was a huge success in spite of the very rainy weather we had last week, and a lot of people raved about the review, and the media also said that the public they really liked it. Our second play, All Shook Up, started yesterday, July 15th, and will run 10 nights until Saturday, July 25th. If you like the music of Elvis Presley and fun night, lighthearted story, you should not miss this show. And the third show is Singing in the Rain. Will be taking center stage at the Plays in the Park on Wednesday, August 5th, and running through Saturday, August 15th. This is perfect music for those who love golden age music. Yes, then there's a real rain in the stage, so we're going to be looking forward to that. And our final announcement is Johnny Maestro and the Brooklyn Bridge will be featured at our free doo-wop concert at the Stephen J. Capestro Theater in Roosevelt Park on Sunday, September 6th, beginning at 4 p.m. Gates will be open at 3 p.m., and don't forget, bring your lawn chair and be prepared for a great time. And also, while we're on the subject of music productions, we also remind everyone of our free summer music in the parks concerts that are started last week. Concerts are held in Spring Lake, Warren Park, Thompson Park, Ratton Bay Waterfront Park. We have all types of music featured there. So the concerts are going to be advertised weekly in the local paper. And if you wish, you can call us at 732-745-3900 and ask for the Summer Park Scene, which is the entertainment guide of our park system. And I want to thank you. And this time, Susan, you want to make the presentation and introduce the people that are here?
People from the Danish Home in Edison, come up. While they're coming up, I'm Susan Kittredge. I'm the Assistant Director at the Cultural and Heritage Commission. I send Suzette Dato's greetings. She could not be here tonight. I'm here with our other staff person, Katie Zawosky, who's our curator at our museum and also coordinator of the Historic Marker Project. The Commission works with local communities and historic groups to promote their historic sites and share with the public their significant role in the history of Middlesex County. And with generous funding from the Board of Chosen Freeholders, historic markers are installed at these historic sites. And they're in the public right-of-way, so they're on view to everyone passing by or driving by. Tonight, we're very pleased to present an historic marker for the Danish Home in Edison. The actual marker, as we've said other times, it's like 80 pounds, really heavy and awkward. So we get a nice reproduction done just to show what it looks like. It's much more beautiful in reality. And I can give you kind of a brief version of some of the text on it. In 1914, the Danish Brotherhood and Sisterhood Lodges of the Northeast established the Danish Home for their senior members. The property was a 72-acre farm with an old Victorian house in an area of Edison known at the time as Raritan Township. The land was farmed, livestock was raised, and it became a self-supporting facility. In 1951, the current home, built in the style of a traditional Danish farmhouse, was dedicated. This building was erected by lodge members who were masons, plumbers, carpenters, and craftsmen. The home was the residence of many Danish retirees through 2002. At the rear of the property is a Viking-style burial mound known as a Mindehøjen, am I saying it right? For interments of Danish lodge members. The home and grounds now serve as a cultural center, meeting site, and activity place for the Danish lodges and DANE, the Danish Archive Northeast. It houses archival collections and interprets the history of the Danish people in the northeastern United States so that Danish traditions and culture will be preserved for future generations. So we're most happy to present the marker to you and invite you to say some words and introduce who's here with you.
Thank you. My name is Agnes Hagmorn. I'm a member of the board of Danish Archive Northeast, and I'll introduce the people I have with me. I have Joe Billage, who is the president of the Danish Home. I have Carl Peterson, who is president emeritus of Dane and one of the founders. I have Bruce Kovacs, who is the president of Thor Lodge Danish Brotherhood. On behalf of Dane and the Danish Home, I would like to thank the board for the beautiful market. It is absolutely wonderful. And I also thank the board of the Cultural and Historical Society for working with me to get it. It's beautiful. It's right on our driveway so that everyone coming up can see it. The Danes played a very important part, particularly in Perth Amboy culture and industry. So we're trying to preserve that memory.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, and our photographer over there is Kenny Nielsen. He is also past president of the Danish Home, and he is the editor of our Danish Beacon, which is a newspaper.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
again for coming. Thank you. Okay. Okay, you ready? Yeah. We will deviate from the regular order of business. You got more people.
How you doing, Joe?
Okay. We will deviate from the regular order of business for the purpose of introducing 5 ordinances. Ordinance 09-01. The clerk will read the ordinance 0901 by title only.
Loan ordinance of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, approving and authorizing the entering into, execution, delivery, and performance of a loan agreement with the Middlesex County Improvement Authority, the Authority, relating to the issuance of county-guaranteed open space trust fund revenue bonds, Series 2009, by the Authority, pledging monies in the trust fund therefore, and authorizing a public hearing to be held thereon on August 20th, 2009.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 09-01 for the first reading?
So moved.
Ron Rehos.
Second.
Seconded by Millie Scott. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Rios?
Yes.
Freeholder Scott?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Delina?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 09-02. The clerk will read ordinance number 09-02 by title only.
An ordinance authorizing the guarantee by the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, of county-guaranteed open space trust fund revenue bonds of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $40 million in bonds issued for the purpose of financing the acquisition of open space throughout the County of Middlesex and authorizing public hearing thereon on August 20th, 2009 at 7 p.m. and authorizing publication thereof.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 0902 on the first reading?
Second.
Motion by Blanquita Valenti, seconded by Ron Rios. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Rios?
Yes.
Freeholder Scott?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Delina?
Yes. The clerk will read ordinance number 384 by title only.
A loan ordinance of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, approving and authorizing the entering into, execution, and delivery of a loan and security agreement with the Middlesex County Improvement Authority for the undertaking of various 2009 capital improvements and the acquisition and installation, as applicable, of various equipment with an estimated cost of $8,938,890. The cost of such improvements and equipment to be financed through the issuance of county-guaranteed capital equipment and improvement revenue bonds, Series 2009 of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, August 20th, 2009 at 7 p.m., and authorizing publication thereof.
Okay. There a motion to adopt ordinance number 384 on the first reading? Millie Scott?
Offer.
Jimmy Polis will second it. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Rios?
Yes.
Freeholder Scott?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Delina?
Yes. Ordinance 0903, the clerk will read the ordinance number 0903 by title only.
An ordinance authorizing the guarantee by the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, of the payment of principal of and interest on the county-guaranteed capital equipment and improvement revenue bonds, Series 2009, issued by the Middlesex County Improvement Authority in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $15 million, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, August 20th, 2009 at 7 p.m., and authorizing publication thereof.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 09-03 on the first reading?
Motion.
Moved by Juanquita Valenti, second by Ron Rios. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Rios?
Yes.
Freeholder Scott?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Delina?
Yes. The clerk will read ordinance number 0904 by title only.
An ordinance of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, approving and authorizing the entering into, execution, and delivery of a lease and agreement with the Middlesex County Improvement Authority for the purchase of vehicles with an estimated cost of $613,000, the cost of such vehicles to be financed through the issuance of county-guaranteed capital equipment and improvement revenue bonds, Series 2009 of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, August 20th, 2009 at 7 p.m., and authorizing publication thereof.
There a motion to adopt ordinance 0904 on the first reading?
Offer.
Motion by Millie Scott, second by Ron Rios. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Rios?
Yes.
Freeholder Scott?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Delina?
Yes. Is there a motion to resume the regular order of business?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Rios, second by Blanquita Valenti. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. We're not, you can get that. Which one? Okay. Madam Clerk, please read the correspondence. Is there, can you read them?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you. We have resolutions from the freeholders of Monmouth County and Hunterdon County urging the elimination of state-imposed unfunded mandates. A resolution from the Mercer County freeholders opposing the passage and enactment of Senate Bill 2730, which would require public bodies to remit funds in the amount of 0.5% of the total contract amount to the New Jersey Department of Labor and Workforce Development for outreach and training programs for certain target groups in connection with awarded construction contracts over $1 million in amount, which are funded in whole or in part by the public body or under the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009 federal stimulus bill. Resolution from the Monmouth County Board of Freeholders opposing the proposed rail line from Ocean County to Red Bank. A resolution from the Morris County Board of Freeholders approving Senate Bill 2463 and Assembly Bill 3743, which would allow the consolidation of the offices of Superintendent of Election and the Board of Elections or the County Commissioner of Registration. A resolution from the Council of the Borough of Fairhaven in Monmouth County proposing additional Monmouth, Ocean, Middlesex passenger rail alternatives. Audit report for the Middlesex County Improvement Authority for the years ended December 31st, 2008 and 2007. Minutes of the Board of Education of the Vocational Schools in Middlesex County, their meeting held June 10th. Minutes of the Board of Trustees of Middlesex County College, their meeting held May 27th. Monthly report of investments from the County Treasurer for the month of June. Monthly financial status report from the Office of the County Controller as of June 30th. Minutes of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority meeting held June 10th. And 2 requests for funds from the Open Space Committee.
You turn that over to Ralph? Does that go to Ralph? Yeah.
Yes. The first request is from Council President Gerald Tamburo of the Township of Monroe. The Township is requesting $1 million to be used for historic preservation and repair and restoration of the Day Farm Barn located in Monroe. And the second request is from Perth Amboy Mayor Wilda Diaz. The city of Perth Amboy is requesting $450,000 from the Open Space Trust Fund for the preparation of a preservation plan, schematic drawings, which would be used in connection with the feasibility study of the Perth Amboy Library, which was the first Carnegie Library in the state of New Jersey.
Okay, thank you, Margaret. Is there a motion to accept the correspondence?
So moved.
Motion by Rios, seconded by Blanquita Valenti. Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No, okay. Is there a motion to adopt the minutes of the meeting of June 4th and the 25th?
So move.
Moved by Blanquita Valenti, Ron Rios, seconder. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No? Okay. Are there any resolutions to be amended?
There are none.
Are there any resolutions to be added?
There are none.
Are there resolutions to be held?
Yes, Freeholder Director, one resolution as per our identification on Monday evening. That's Resolution 09-1304 on page 12 regarding a public hearing with respect to a solid waste matter. That will be held, and a new date will be determined for a public hearing, at which time the resolution will be placed back on the agenda.
Okay, we don't have to vote on it.
No,
Okay. Are there any resolutions to be voided?
there are none.
Okay. I will now open the meeting for public discussion on resolution listed on the agenda. Would anybody like to speak on anything on the agenda, on the resolutions we just passed? Anybody?
Motion to close.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
By Rios and seconded by Blanquita Valenti. Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nobody opposed? The ayes have it. Does any freeholder have any resolution that they wish to remove from the consent agenda and vote separately?
I do.
Yes, come Blanquita.
It's Resolution 1303 on page 12. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. You want to read the motion?
Yes, Freeholder Director, a motion would be in order to adopt a consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 09-1191 through 09-1313, including resolution 09-1118, which was previously held, and excluding resolution 09-1304 to be held, and resolution 09-1303 to be voted upon separately.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
We need,
We have a motion.
someone
first.
needs first.
I'll offer it.
Motion?
I'll offer it.
Okay. Millie Scott will.
I'm not
Okay.
a second.
Need a second.
Second.
Blanquita's
Okay, Blanquita, right, okay. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Scott,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Delina.
Yes.
And Freeholder Director, now would be appropriate to consider Resolution 09-1303, which was held for Freeholder Valenti.
Okay, I need a motion. Motion by Millie Scott,
Second.
second by Ron Rios. Roll call vote.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Scott,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Present not voting.
Freeholder Director Delina.
Yes. Okay, at this time, I will open the floor to the public to speak on any of our motions today.
Motion to close?
Motion, go to public meeting.
Second.
Second by Millie Scott. Roll call vote.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Scott,
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Delina.
Yes. The meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.